What's up, guys? It's Waz and CJ here. Welcome to episode 3 of Embrace the Chase podcast, where the chase is an opportunity every day to create change and go after a dream. We got something special for you. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. So welcome to episode 3. This is the first time we've ever had a guest on the podcast.
Happy to be here.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Braden Halladay. I play at High Point University on the baseball team as well. What else should I say as an introduction?
That was really good.
That was actually
Okay.
a really
Yeah.
good introduction.
That was spot on. I couldn't have thought of a better introduction.
Well, there you go.
Waz, anything you need to say before we get rolling here?
No, I'm just excited.
Yeah.
First guest. See the interesting stories about Mr. Halladay's life and what made him come to High Point University and everything about that. I'm good. I'm excited.
Yeah. Fun fact, all transfers here on the couch. So that's exciting. Both these guys are new to High Point University. I guess I'm the only vet. But we're all, Braden and I are seniors.
Well, I'm a academic senior.
Yes.
Yes. I'm technically a senior.
Yes. I'm technically a senior too, on the field, junior.
Right.
COVID did its thing,
Yeah.
ran its course.
Yeah, that's right. We did graduate high school the same year, so that would make sense.
2019.
Congrats, guys.
I guess we're old heads now. Kind of.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Well, so when this podcast drops, it will be. Are we doing Wednesday again?
Yeah, I think we're doing Wednesday.
Okay,
again.
so happy
That's good.
Wednesday, everybody that's listening. But right now it's Thursday, and tomorrow is opening day for us.
It is indeed.
Yeah, not for Waz. Waz still has 2 days till he starts. But
We're living one day at a time here.
you're right. Okay, there we go.
We're one day at a time out here.
Dang right.
Yeah.
So, Braden, how are you feeling about the season? Give me your rundown.
Well, first and foremost, I think I'm just excited to be a part of a team with a good pitching staff. Really go out there and put up some numbers. I think we can do some real damage in the Big South. I think we've got great old roster. Really put some stuff together here. But I mean, personally, I'm just happy to be, playing Division I baseball again.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if I was going to be in the cards again when it was all said and done. So,
Yeah.
I mean, pretty relieving moment before the season, knowing that, hopefully I will pitch another game in Division I baseball.
Yes.
So that's nice for me.
That is nice. I think we're both very excited for you.
Thanks, guys.
So speaking of which, why don't you tell a little bit of backstory on like transferring and stuff?
Yeah, so I spent 2 years at Penn State, the first being the COVID year. I threw 4 innings in that year, and then I went home feeling pretty good about that. And then I went back for my second year at Penn State, and our starters from the past year did not get drafted, so they came back. And then some freshmen came in who were pretty ready to go. And so I kind of got stuck at the back of the barn as it would come to the bullpen. And so I didn't really get many opportunities. Coaches and I didn't really see eye to eye, but they're good people, good program and everything. So I left and I went to my junior college. I honestly did not even want to play baseball. It was just all my friends went to FSU. And so I was like, you know what? If I'm going to keep playing baseball, I might as well do it in Tallahassee and hang out with my friends while I'm doing it. And then I ended up really loving it again. And now I found myself back here at High Point.
Back here at High Point or
Well,
here?
here at
Okay,
High
here.
Point.
Yeah.
Back being, Division I baseball.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know where I was going to end up, really. I had, no expectation when I left, and I, hadn't played in 2 years because, I threw 4 innings, and then there was COVID.
Yeah.
You also
And then-
threw 31 innings during the inter squads.
Yeah, well, I
Inter-squad
killed
legend.
those inter squads. I'm a Wednesday Warrior. But and then the Big Ten, what they did was that first week, or the first couple weeks of my freshman year, were all just weekends. We didn't have midweeks, except for one we played UMBC, and I'm pretty sure we got dog raced, like pretty good. And UMBC was not very good at the time, but I think that was our only midweek. And then the second year was only Big Ten. We had no outside Big Ten competition, so it was just all weekends. So there was just 3 games a week. So I didn't even have the midweeks to really prove myself. Honestly, I think if I went back to Penn State, I probably would have pitched my junior year, but I kind of just needed to leave and
Hit the
start.
reset button.
Yeah, especially because at that point, I mean, I threw 4 innings. There was no summer ball because I was supposed to play in the Northwoods, and then COVID happened. And then I threw, I think, an inning and 2/3. So I had no anything to back that I was still a viable baseball player. So I really there wasn't I couldn't just enter the portal and go to LSU or Vanderbilt or whatever. So I figured, you know what? Because I honestly didn't even know what I could do at that point. I hadn't pitched in a real game in so long. So I was like, we'll just go to Tallahassee and see how it goes.
Well, so so last week on the episode, I don't know if you watched it or not. If
No,
you didn't, that's fine.
I'm saving it for tonight. I just I wanted to come in pretty
But Waz and I talked about mental health in student athletes.
Mm-hmm.
So you were saying you didn't know if you wanted to play baseball after that sophomore year. Do you think your mental health was part of that, or so can you talk to us and viewers about what that was like, what you experienced?
So obviously with my dad passing away, when that happened, I was diagnosed with depression, anxiety. My depression wasn't ever really like that bad because I know people who are like that, and I don't want to say I had depression. My anxiety was a very real thing though. And so when I was at Penn State, I personally had felt like I had thrown well enough to get myself a shot, and it just really never happened. And so I just never really got to. Honestly, COVID was really good for me because I had a lot of time at home, and I had never been to college, and I really didn't take the time to mature before college. And so over COVID, I kind of got to figure out at least the depression side of it. But I'm just I have anxiety about everything. If my room's not clean, I'll get anxiety. But I mean, I definitely was anxious when I left Penn State because, like I said, I had nothing to prove myself and no real backup plan. So when I left, it was kind of all right, I'm pushing all the chips in here. But I mean, it was definitely a super real thing. It was really horrifying. This past year, my best friend, his dad passed away during the season. And after that, I started to pitch really not good at all. And some schools I was talking to kind of laid off a little bit. Anxiety really kicked in there. But no, it's definitely a big thing, especially taking a chance because a lot of people will transfer, right? And they no, okay, I can go here if this doesn't work. I can do this. For me, it was I have no clue what's going to happen. So we'll see.
The thing with the transfer portal is there's some guys that you leave and it's I have this resume that I have built up and I can be it's kind of like a free agent market. Yeah. A free agent builds up a resume. It's here, look at this and this is what I've done. But then there's the other half of that. It's I was kind of in that boat. I didn't really do anything. I'm kind of going into this cold turkey. I have no clue what options I have. Mm-hmm. For me, I committed to NC State when I was a sophomore in high school. So it had been 4 years since I've been in the recruiting process. So I hopped in the portal and I was this is weird. And it was during COVID. So
See, I never was in the portal.
By the way, the mic fell over.
Thanks.
Mic check.
I think we're good now.
All right, there we go.
See, I was never in the portal. When I left Penn State, there was a point where I originally told my mom, I was I'm done with this. I was I'm having zero fun. I was I thought it was going to be fun, and college baseball is just not fun. And I just want to go to Tallahassee with my friends and just be a guy. Yeah. I was I just want to get my degree and move on. I'm done doing this. And she was well, that kind of seems dumb to do. So I called the coach at my junior college and he was yeah, you can, join the team, whatever. So there wasn't even like another, like
that. If there was an option, that was the option.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was really either that or just no more baseball. If they would have said, yeah, there's no spot, I probably would have been like, yeah, Mom, I'm done. I mean, there were other places I probably could have gone, you know what I mean? But like, I just wouldn't have done it because I just despise baseball and everything about it. I liked like Major League Baseball, but like college baseball, I was like, this is just horrible.
Still sucks, man.
Like over COVID, like I go home and I watch baseball and I'm like, man, they're having so much fun, but like, it probably sucks. I was like, I'll just keep watching, you know. I'll make trades one day or something.
Yeah.
I'll play the show. That's enough baseball for me.
I'll build my own player and have a career on the show.
Yeah, bro. But thank God for my JUCO. That was so fun. Oh my gosh, and summer ball too.
Yeah.
Because I never played summer ball because of COVID.
Valley League legend.
Shout out to the Charlottesville Tom Sox.
The
2022 Valley Baseball League champions.
Oh, jeez. The first time at least as a team, anyone talked to you was when in our group chat, you were like, hey, yo, if any of y'all want to play for the Valley Sox, come on up. Playoffs are starting, baby.
And you know what happened? Nobody came. And it was like me, and I think we had 6 pitchers for like 4 games. And we all just absolutely dogged it out.
Hey.
Like it was the greatest like 3 weeks of my life. That was so fun. No, but I'm happy that I actually enjoy playing baseball again. That's an important part of being a baseball player.
You know, you do it every single day, so it is nice to smile while you do it.
So
yeah,
with season coming up, there's a 2-part question here. What are your expectations, like what you want out of the season and what you want out of yourself? And then do you like, it's kind of hard to like word it, but like with the last name, do you feel like there's more like expectations and more like pressure regarding that?
I mean, so I'll answer the second question first. So me personally, like I don't feel the pressure like on my own part to like live up to my dad's expectations. You know what I mean? I think part of that is because it's like so astronomically high. I honestly feel like, say I went to say my dad went here and was like a really good player, like I would feel expectation then. But I just don't really feel expectation because I don't think anybody expects me right now to, you know, throw a no-hitter in the playoffs in a year or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel any pressure that way. I mean, I think sometimes people will put pressure on me because naturally, like that's just going to be the headline, you know, it's going to be Roy Halladay's son. And I'm okay with that because obviously, you know, I'm proud of my dad and everything he did. And you know, I love my family, but I don't really think it's a thing where I feel more pressure as like a person, like, you know, doing the right thing, saying, like talking the right way more than I do like playing baseball. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like you really can't expect that of like anybody. Yeah. So I don't really feel like anybody is going to come up to me and be like, hey dude, like, why aren't you a first round draft pick yet? Like, why aren't you, you know what I mean? For expectations for the season, I mean, I've gotten to the point where really, like, I just, like, when I was at Penn State, my whole thing was I want to put up numbers, I want to be this guy, and I want to get out of here as quick as possible and go play pro ball. And so now for me, it's more of a thing where like I just really like love being out there and I really want to just steamroll every team that we play. And so that's like my only real thing. I mean, obviously, you know, I want to contribute to it and I want to, you know, do the good things that'll, you know, help me play pro ball again if that opportunity comes up. But my only expectation or hope, I guess, is just to win a lot of games. As long as we do that, I'm really cool with whatever. Because that's the only way I'll enjoy it. If I like put pressure on myself to, you know, have this ERA or throw this many innings, like I'm just gonna go home and hate baseball. Really.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, I think that's the only way to look at it. Just to enjoy being out there. Because if you don't enjoy being out there, then I mean, why are you playing?
I mean, I don't know. For a guy like you, I could see you having like a little bit more specified goal, just because like when you're pitching.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
No, I get you.
For me, it's like I have no idea what I'm going to throw. You know,
You just gotta be in that mindset of like whatever happens.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to. Once I get out there, then
yeah,
I
I'm
can
just
do my
ready.
thing.
I'm just ready
Yeah.
to go. I just want to play.
Well, two things with that is like the whole like reliever versus starter.
Mhm.
You and I are both relievers, and you're a starter. Like I know for me, like pretty much every kid that comes out of high school is a starter in high school
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're the best arms at their school.
Mhm.
So like I feel like you come into college, and for me, learning how to be a reliever was one of the toughest things I've had to do because I went from the regimen of like, okay, I'm going to throw once a week, some long toss on this day, I'm going to do this on this day, I'm throwing my bullpen. Day before, I'm going to do this. Whereas like in college, I had to realize I can't really. I have to be ready every single day, no matter what.
Mhm.
And like the mentality is so different. They're both unique and like good in their own ways.
See, honestly, that's one of the things that like really helped me. Like, so at my junior college, I was a starter, and when I went, I had this like funk where before I would start, because it never really happened to me. Granted, I hadn't started in a long time where I would think too much, get in my own head. But when I went to my summer league, I just relieved all summer, and it was so fun. Like I almost prefer relieving over starting. Granted, if someone's gonna say to me, "You're the starter," I'm gonna run with it.
Yeah.
But I think relieving is so much more fun,
Well, that,
especially because you just like you don't have to worry about like I can't throw too hard in the first inning or I can't show everything.
Yeah.
Like you just go out there guns
Just let it rip.
blazing and just
But I think that's interesting because it depends on the guy's personality, and I never realized that in high school.
Mhm.
But as you watch in college, like they're guys that their personality, they need to think as little as possible.
yeah,
They need
that's
to
me.
throw
Yeah.
one inning as hard as possible, and when they do that, they're amazing. But if
Mhm.
they're on the flip side and they're starting, if they have all week to think about it, and like they have to have really good routines, and they have to have this and this, like they get messed up. But then there's guys like you. Okay, so there's guys on the other hand, like if you're just thrown into a situation where it's like Waz sprint down there, like be locked in right now, go. It meant like it's just different.
Yeah, that's my freshman year. I had to adapt to being a reliever, and that was honestly probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I mean, for granted, like if someone told me I had to go relieve now, I mean,
You could.
yeah, I could.
And that
But,
comes
like,
with age.
Like, do I prefer it? No.
Yeah.
But can I do it? Yeah. Because I learned to do it.
And another thing, like talking about like expectations with my dad, like how my dad was like locked in,
Yeah.
like nobody could talk to him. So when I was a starter, I was like, I need to be so serious and so locked in, and it was horrible for me. Like I literally like throughout my day, like I could not focus. I'd be sitting in class just like staring like blank at nothing. People would be like, Braden. I'm just like, what? Like I just had no idea what was going on. And so for me to be able, because I'm like a loose, easygoing, if I can just go to the ballpark, have fun, and then coach goes, Braden, go, and I can just go and not even think about it.
Adrenaline kick.
Because it's not even like I'm like all out. Like I feel like I can throw like 3, 4, 5 innings. It's just I would rather it just be like just go. Like don't even think.
It's all
just
the mental
go.
clicks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like being a reliever helps you even just stay locked in too, because you never know when your number's gonna get called, and I feel like that's when when your number gets called, you're like, oh,
Yeah, because I'm like a very like fight or flight. Like I'm all fight, and that's when I like lock in best is when something just happens and I just have to do it. And so I don't know why I never like thought relieving would be good for me, but
which is funny.
It's really fun.
I like that you said the fight or flight because I messed with you all fall. When you pitch, you kind of like you make that face where you're like.
Oh yeah.
So there's the camera. Braden makes this
Wayman
face.
today we were just throwing and he's like, "Why are you making that face, dude?" I was like,
Well,
"I don't know. It's my
I
face."
think that's the thing though. Like you say, fight or flight is like I think part of the thing with you that's made you get to where you are and playing at this level of baseball is that fight in you, like that competitiveness in you, which like really shows out in the because, like you said, like you're a guy that's joking around all the time. Like
Right.
you're great locker room, like we absolutely love you, and then you get on the mound and like you're a completely different person.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine if I wasn't?
Honestly, I would be in the dugout dying laughing because I know
I probably wouldn't get too many outs though.
No, but it'd be a fun ending to watch.
Be good for the bananas.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that could be a thing for you.
I'm not gonna do that.
Sorry, Savannah Bananas.
We tried.
He's out of the picture.
We tried.
That's not for me.
You don't
Unfortunately,
want to be Mr. TikTok like Jackson Olsen or like.
I mean, I actually like Jackson Olsen.
He's a cool guy.
Despite all of the, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to say negativity. I guess just people picking on him or whatever.
Mm.
But I think he's funny. I just can't imagine myself as a TikTok kind of. I don't know. When I think Savannah Bananas, I just think TikTok. I don't know why.
So
But
is TikTok not your thing, man?
No, I don't even have TikTok.
Really?
No.
Well, I don't either. So
I
don't know
have
why said
I have
that's
Twitter
the
and Instagram, and then I have just Snapchat to keep up with my friends because I've been to 3 different schools.
right.
And I won't do anything. No Be Real TikTok. And I don't want to get caught in the Matrix.
The Matrix.
Yeah, I want to stay as grounded as possible.
All right. Fair.
Yeah, the TikTok thing freaks me out, man. Why did TikTok stage my senior year when I was going into Penn State, and I really regret it a lot because now there's I didn't do anything bad,
Right.
you know what I mean? But there's a video or two of me that some guys at Penn State have that I would just really not like to be on the internet.
Well, I'm sure they will be found by the HPU baseball team and sent in the group chat this week.
I really hope not. It's just like I said, it's nothing bad. It's just I wouldn't hear the end of it.
But if you're those,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're those couple dudes at Penn State, just delete the
Yeah.
video.
Hey, well, no. If you're on Penn State and you hear this,
It's just me going full Juju Smith-Schuster on the.
oh jeez.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you remember what's that one song? The Cowboy Boogie or whatever. You
Yes.
remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did one of those.
Okay.
I did one of those. 1 or 2 of them were really funny, and I still have them. But a lot of them were just kind of. I don't know what I was doing. I don't really.
Fair enough. You do you, man.
I shouldn't. Or I shouldn't have.
All right. I got 3 topics I want to talk about with you. Your Twitter, MLB show, and your disc golf game.
My disc golf game. That's hilarious. It's not something I thought would come up.
I mean, I'm sure there's a couple guys on the team that just moved up to the front of their seats because they're excited to hear about this.
Yeah.
Keep those guys engaged. Let's talk about the disc golf game first.
Yeah. All right.
Who have you ever disc golfed before you even got here?
Yeah. So I went to camp when I was
You went to a disc golf camp?
No, not disc golf camp.
Bro, I thought you were saying went to a prospect disc golf
Not
camp.
disc golf camp. It's this camp my buddy showed me. It's in North Carolina somewhere. I can't even remember where. It's called. This is a crazy story that I will have to tell you about sometime. You would love this, but it's called Camp Rockmont, and it's a 2-week. They take your phone. You don't bring electronics. You know what I mean? It's a stay away Christian boys camp where you just go and you are a woods person for 2 weeks. Our cabins had no AC.
Good.
There was no hot water.
No.
You write letters, all the jazz. So for this camp, they had all these different things, and so you would sign up for classes. So I'm signing up for my classes for camp, and I did shotgun when they shoot the clay birds. Whatever they call that.
Sporting clays.
Huh?
Sporting clays.
No, it's when they shoot the little clay birds up in the air and you shoot them. What's that called? Skeet shooting. I did skeet shooting. I did disc golf. Then I did some weird stuff. I don't know, arts and crafts type.
Oh,
it was class. I just signed up for a certain amount of stuff.
Mama Halladay, are there any of his arts and crafts?
No, there's
sitting
not.
around
They
the
didn't make it
house?
home. They didn't make it home. But no, so I just signed up for this class, and one of the big things was disc golf there. They had they had their own shop where they would sell the disc golf stuff. You know what I mean? And so I got there. And as soon as I pulled up to the camp, people are throwing the frisbee around, throwing it in the disc. I've never seen disc golf before this, and I immediately was whoa, like, I need whatever that is. I'm playing that game. So the first thing we did when we got to camp was I went straight to like the camp store and I bought all my discs. So that's when I started playing. And then I used to play with my dad a lot, actually. He was horrible. And then I had some friends I played with at Penn State. And I didn't really play because every time I'd say like, yo, like, do you guys play disc golf? Everyone kind of look at me and be like, what is wrong with you? Like, nobody plays disc golf. And I got here and
apparently everybody plays disc golf.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's so fun. I don't know why people don't play it. It's so fun, but it's the most frustrating thing I've ever done in my life. And I'm not really a fan of golf.
Okay.
I mean, I like going to the driving range and I like playing PGA, but like, I don't know like what clubs really or for what I want to learn how to golf, but I don't know. I can't.
That's when we retire.
Yeah.
We'll
I mean,
say
it's
that's
just way easier for me to like, like throw it.
Yeah.
But no, that's a great game. That's a great game. What do you want to know about it? Like, what are you interested to like know about disc golf in particular?
I just wanted to know why you started playing here.
Well, who was it that got me into it? It was either Shep or DK or maybe both.
Had to been, but they talk about it in the locker room all the time.
Well, DK is like, he like plays in tournaments
Yes,
and stuff.
dude.
He's
It's
like
wild.
disgusting.
Well, dude, DK's that person that he is a freak athlete at everything he does. Like,
Yes,
he'll
well,
play the most
that's-
like if you play bocce ball, he'll murder you.
That's because the last thing he ever wants to do is lose.
Yeah.
He will die before he
Yes.
loses. This kid, bro, when we were playing disc golf, it is awesome to watch because he is really good and he'll just make these ridiculous shots, but like very occasionally he'll make like the worst shot ever, and it's so fun to watch.
Bro loses his mind.
He does. He yelled at Shep one time. Oh my god, bro! Shep was like talking in the middle of the shot, and he like shanked it in the woods. I've never seen anybody so angry in my life. It was so funny. We were just like in the middle of the woods. People were like, "What is that?" So funny. Snyder started playing, but Snyder can only do the backhand. And the worst part about it is Snyder will continually beat me by like a stroke or two. But like a hole will come up where we have to backhand and go around trees, and Snyder will just backhand it no matter what and go into the woods, and then he beats me. It's ridiculous. I'm awful at disc golf, but
That just
it's
means
fun.
you gotta play more.
Yeah, or cheat.
That's it. It ain't cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah,
That's
I just gotta
That's
start
not
lying
true.
about my shots, I guess. But DK is like, I'll be on a hole. Like if I'm really struggling, DK will be like, "What was that? Like how many you have there?" I'll be like 4, and he's like, "No, I watch. It's 5." Why'd you even ask? He's like, "No, I watched."
He's been scoring his own head of everybody. I love
He
that.
does because he doesn't want to lose.
Yeah.
So he knows exactly how many times you threw the frisbee, where you threw it, what you're throwing. He's got all of it on lockdown.
That's impressive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty impressive.
Dude, if I ever beat that kid in disc golf, it would like be the greatest day of my life.
Yeah.
DK's coming for you.
Probably not.
If we go every single day for the entire season, could you beat DK?
Like, do you think I could beat him one time?
Yes, one time. If you go every single day.
Maybe if it was the day after he pitched. And
His arm's hurting or something.
yeah, his arm is incredibly sore. And I don't know.
You know, just because of this, if DK's listening, tomorrow in the locker room, you're done. He is gonna give you heck, man. He is gonna
Well,
bully you so
I mean,
bad.
To be fair, I have never said that I would beat him in any type of way. You know
I
what
don't
I
know.
mean?
That's what I heard just a few seconds ago. Was that you're gonna beat him once? DK, we have it on record. Braden Halladay is gonna beat you in disc golf.
I can beat Shep.
Anybody can beat
Yeah.
Shep.
Well, no, Shep is funny to play with because he will like play really good and then have one bad hole on like 13.
That blows him up.
No, he just gives up and he'll just like be throwing it. Like, so Shep like realistically could like beat everybody except for DK like every time, but he will just like go out there and just not even care.
Have y'all ever had those guys that like they don't even like baseball, but they're insanely good competitors and insanely good at baseball. So they just like play.
There was this guy at my JUCO last year, and he started at UCF, went JUCO, and then came to my JUCO. Same thing, where he was like, I don't really want to play, but I'll go to the JUCO. He was like 5'9", and probably weighed like 15 pounds less than me, like 5'9", 150, which is crazy. And he threw like 88 to 90, had like a 1.2 something ERA with a whole bunch of Ks, and had offers. Like schools are calling him like full ride, and he was just like, he quit. He's in a frat now. He just didn't like baseball. But it was crazy because at the end of the year, he would show up and like not care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like out late, like wouldn't really care. But then he would carve, and we were all like, dude, like low key, Paris is the best teammate because he doesn't even care, and he's playing junior college baseball. Like that's unbelievable. And then at the end of the year, like we were losing and nobody cared, and everyone just wanted to quit, and he was like the only guy in the dugout that was like, come on, like let's win. So I was like, oh, maybe he'll, maybe he found a love for the game, and then no, just quit.
I played my freshman year. I played with a kid that I won't say kid because he's older than me, but like you would think that he didn't care at all. Like he was one of those guys. Like he would show up kind of like right before we had to go out. You never really saw him do a whole lot extra or anything. Like he just showed up. But dude, when he got on the mound, he was a dog, and he carved. And I faced him one of my first at bats in the inter squads, and they're like, he'll be like 89, 94 first pitch to me. I was like, oh yeah, that was a good scouting report. They're like, we didn't expect that. I was like, I don't think he did either, but he freaking got after it, man.
There was some pitcher in the MLB. I don't know if I'm making this up. I'm pretty sure this is true. But I remember hearing that this guy just did not enjoy baseball. Like he thought it was no fun, but he was just so good at it that he did it anyways just to make the money.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
I feel like there's a lot of stories about that in Major League locker rooms.
I mean, there's Anthony Edwards with the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
He hates playing basketball and wants to play football, but he's better at basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard about that. That's insane. He's really good, too. Have you guys seen that Adam Sandler movie?
Which one?
The one that he did with Anthony Edwards.
Oh, the new one on Netflix?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. The Bo Cruz thing.
Yeah. Bo Cruz the GOAT.
Bro, Anthony Edwards in that movie is a menace. He is just like clowning Bo Cruz like the whole movie. What's his name? Kermit something? It's like Kermit something.
Good name. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Give me a different perspective on Anthony Edwards.
Fair.
I don't know why. There's been a lot of Anthony Edwards stuff come up lately. Like yesterday I was watching his GQ, like 10 things Anthony Edwards can't live without.
Oh, dude, I love those videos. That's underrated that you just said that. I've never talked to anybody. Those videos are good, man.
Those videos are so good, bro. GQ puts out some like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
The ones I really like are the most expensivest, the 2 Chainz ones.
Yeah.
Those are crazy, dude.
The like how I spent my first $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Those are normally like, dude, there'll be guys that are like, oh, I bought this, I bought that. I'm like, holy.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. I saw one of McCole Hardman, and he has just the coolest car I've ever seen in my life. It's got like his name engraved in it and stuff. It's so cool.
I mean,
you could do that. You could once you make it, you could get like a custom Lambo and Be the Bird.
Be the Bird Lambo.
I mean,
well, it's like inside, like on the leather, like on the headrest. It says it's like McCole Hardman's autograph.
Oh, that's
good. That's
like, can you?
Cool.
Yeah.
If it was outside the car, I'd be like,
no, but like imagine someone like gets in your car and on the seat it's like Be the Bird and then your autograph. You know.
What color would you go if you get a custom Lambo? What would that be?
I don't want a Lambo.
Okay, well, whatever.
All right, dream car.
It's gotta be an old Ford Bronco.
Dude, honestly, that's a pretty good pick.
That is a good one.
What color?
Probably like all black. That'd be cool.
Interior. What's the interior? All black. Okay, so all black. It literally just blacked out. What about you? What you going with?
Okay, I'm not really a car guy, so
Dude, I'm not
I know
either.
I'm
not
gonna
either.
get
That's why I was
clowned.
like, I don't want one.
I know I'm gonna get clowned because I can't really think of the exact name of the model. It's like a F1 McLaren or something. I saw this thing when I was like 16. It is so fast and cool, and I so badly want to get one that is like green, like dark green, brown, and black, like Cactus Jack colors with a
Okay.
little bit of pink, like
Right.
pink
Oh,
accents.
That's
that,
good.
like
Yeah,
a pale
I
pink?
see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would look good.
I think that would be just insanity.
That would be.
I would just
That-
be playing Astro World nonstop. Just,
You did tell me today you love Travis Scott.
I love Travis Scott.
Yeah. Don't you have you got a tattoo, right?
hmm
Okay. Well, run down the tattoo. What we got?
It's on my ankle. It's a spaceman.
It's actually pretty cool.
It is. It's right there. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's right there. And then it says "Stop trying to be God." I mean, there's really no like emotional value behind it besides the fact that like music is like a big part of my life, and I really love Travis Scott. I mean, that's it. My leg is more of like anything I get on my arm and like upper body, I want to be like more like sentimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my leg, I kind of want to just be creative.
I like that. So, what? I know this is kind of a weird topic, but if you're wanting to share, like, what tattoos do you have that is like super meaningful to you?
I have my baptism statement on my chest. It says "I'm not ashamed," and then there's a little cross. I have my dad's birthday right here. This was my first. This one actually got messed up.
Okay.
Instead of 5, see how it's like 5.14.77?
Yeah.
You see that little mark right there?
Yeah.
It's in my mom's handwriting, and they smudged it, so it said 544.77. And they had to like go. I had to like pull the ink out of my arm. It was horrible. Yeah,
Was that the first tattoo you got?
yeah, that
That's
was
a
the
horrible
first
experience.
one. I can't believe I got more after that. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then I have a cross here, and then I have. Okay, this one's actually really not that sentimental either. It just says one of one, which there. So my buddy wanted to get a tattoo. My buddy, who his dad passed away, he wanted to get a tattoo, and so I said I'd go with him. And one of one for me is just like about like being like, because there's a lot of like a lot of things are coming full circle. So you remember the TikTok thing?
Yes.
The TikTok thing particularly like really lowered my self-esteem over like the beginning of COVID, because I was like dang, like why am I such a loser? Like I'm so socially anxious and I do all this stuff and like I just embarrass myself. And then over COVID I like got my confidence back, and I kind of was like, I don't really care like what anyone thinks, but I'm gonna also try to, not say as much stupid stuff.
Fair.
But I was like, for me, that's just like a thing to like be myself. But also, it's my dad's one of one in the show. But like, I don't really want to tell people I got a tattoo because of a video game. But like, it's kind of both.
Yeah, but like that's also cool though.
It's
like,
cool,
even
but
if
it's
you-
also a video
Like
game.
I don't want to talk, but still, still,
I mean, it's a video
it's-
game, but some.
there
like,
is meaning.
No, but it's
No, I mean it's cool though, because like the game is. I was doing the Twitch streaming thing, and it was a big part of my life there for like a month.
No, but you say it's just a game. Like no, like some people like they don't even like playing baseball or like want to play it, but like their whole goal is to make it in the game.
Well, that's
And I
another
feel
like.
once you make it in the game, like that means like you made it. Like you're in the video game.
Oh, dude, I can't imagine being in that game. I would have a field day with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like
The game is another thing that helped me like baseball again. Like over the COVID, watching all the COVID and playing the game. Dude, what's cool is in the show they have like, have you heard about like the cards that you get?
Yeah.
If you're yourself.
Yeah.
Dude, so cool. I want one of those so badly.
because
Imagine.
you're like invincible.
Yeah. I
Like
played.
you're automatically 99 overall in everything that you do,
I played
no matter if you suck or not.
I played Josiah Gray one night. It was actually after my concussion last year, so I shouldn't have been playing.
That's fine. We won't tell your trainer or anything.
I don't really think they care. But I played him, and he was super cool, and I really want to see that card. I'm trying to think of who I would know. See, the problem is the guys I know in the show really don't play. So, because you have to like sign up to like get your card or whatever.
It's just the whole process.
Yeah. Damn. That sounds so cool, man.
Might as well just.
It's like one of those underrated goals.
right?
Yeah. I guess I have to.
No, we'll just from here. Now we go. Now it's an upward trend for us.
I won't lie to you. I would love to have my own. Like, I'd much rather be in like 2K than the show.
Okay.
I don't know what
Dude,
I would.
in middle school, man,
Speaking
I used
about
to
2K,
ball out.
do you know what we did one night? Kevin.
Oh, did you ever hear about this?
Yeah.
What?
Me and Waz over the fall, we like made this like. This isn't even good like podcast content. It's just stupid. Me and Waz, we're just sitting there like we were complaining about something, and I was like, Waz, I'm gonna order a pizza and make a 2K player. You want to come over and hang out? And he's like, sure. So we made this guy because they have the eras now in 2K, right?
Yeah,
You can like play in different eras. We made this guy named Kevin.
Just strictly Kevin.
He's just
No
like
last name.
No
no,
last name.
just
Kevin.
Kevin.
Okay.
And he's like your stock, like he looks like Owen Wilson almost. And we just watched his whole career. He played for like 24 years or
24
something.
years.
He was the all-time scoring leader. Like won 2 chips. Played for Washington Bullets. Played for the Rockets. I mean, it was awesome. It was funny.
His best teammate was Kevin McHale.
Yeah,
That's
that's
about
true.
So Kevin kind of went crazy.
He did. Well, I don't know because he was kind of not very good.
He
but,
won.
like,
Kevin won.
But he's the all-time scoring leader. So how is he?
No, I'm saying there's Kevin.
Kevin.
And there's Kevin McHale.
Okay.
Kevin went off.
Yes.
Kevin McHale was just his best teammate that he had.
Well, the only problem he had in his career was that the general managers would give Kevin so much money that there was no money for anybody else. So, like, his teammates were always just garbo.
But it didn't matter because he won a couple championships.
I think he won, like, did he win 2 or did he win 1?
I think he only won one.
Only
24
one in
years.
24
And,
years.
and it was his
Rough.
his rookie year.
And I think it's interesting because I think he, like,
He won 10 Defensive Player of the Year awards.
yeah, but he, like, never won an MVP, but, like, was the all-time scoring leader.
How does that happen?
I don't
It
know.
It was 2K's rigged. We need to call 2K right
It was
now.
really weird. It was
It was
a
a great
weird
time,
night.
Well, you know how I know that story is gonna be weird when both of y'all go, just start laughing. You're like, so I called Waz and I was like, ordering a pizza, making a 2K player, come over. That's if somebody called me and said that, I think I would just be like, yeah, let's do it right now
Honestly, we could just do another one.
after the podcast.
I guess.
Okay,
I mean, I have a game we could probably sleep for, but that is fine with me.
we do have a game tomorrow. That's true. I won't be able to sleep anyway.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Why not? What would this one's name be? I feel like it has to be like in honor of
In honor of
something
Kevin.
podcast related. Napoleon.
It's gonna be Napoleon.
That's a great name.
I like that.
Yeah,
There we
well,
go. All right, so once we get done recording this, we're gonna go make Napoleon and order a pizza. That's gonna be great. We're gonna have a blast. And then tomorrow we're gonna play a baseball game.
I do the weirdest things, man. Make 2K players and play disc golf. And
absolutely murder Twitter. If it's podcast friendly, go your last 3 tweets.
My last read them.
Yes, I want give the people what they want to hear.
This could be good. This could be good.
If you want to do 5, give us 5. We got nothing but time.
Okay, so my last couple tweets were all about the what?
How'd you make it purple?
Oh,
It's probably a check mark thing.
okay. I'm kind of outing myself on air here. I wanted to try the Twitter blue so I could see the verified on my profile, and you can change the color. So I made it purple. all my stuff is purple now. So thanks for that.
Guys,
Cut that
this
out.
is Braden's Instagram. Is that your Twitter too?
No, my Twitter has an underscore between
Oh,
Braden and Halladay.
All right, give us the tweets, man.
So my last couple tweets were about the Super Bowl. One of them was, do you remember when the Tubi commercial came on, it looked like the TV was changing.
Yeah.
I said, commercial's crazy, not gonna lie. And then I tweeted, everybody sat on the remote. And then I tweeted a picture of myself as a kid playing football. I don't know why. I think it's because I played for the Eagles. You guys can go see that. I said, where can I buy a Rihanna jersey? I tweeted out just the word Twitter. And then after that, I said, if you're driving an electric scooter, please get off the road.
Hot take right there.
And then I said, I want to hang out with Chester the Cheetah, the Cheetos mascot.
What was fueling that?
No, nothing. It just we'll be like, I'll just be sitting there and it'll just pop into my brain. I don't know.
You have to tweet it.
It just comes to me. Like I tweeted a couple weeks ago. I like to move it.
Dude, great song.
I know, but I don't there was no I was just sitting there. I just pulled out my phone and tweeted and then put my phone away and just started sitting there again. Everyone was like, what was that? I was like, nothing. Man. I don't know. And then I opened up my Twitter. Like, did you just tweet this? Like, was that what you just did? And I'm like, yeah. I don't know.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, it just happens, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I think it's funny or what I'm going for with it.
But I feel like that's what Twitter
I think it just plays the part. Fits you.
Dude, it really does.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
What is he known for? Weird tweets, man. That's what he's known for.
They're not even weird. Most of them, some of them are what people are thinking.
Yes, but no one says.
See, but it's funny because it's not even I'm not even trying to be what are the most abstract weird things. These are genuine thoughts that I have, and I think almost more of what it is I'm more I guess I'm more just wanting to see how people react to my brain. And most people are just taking it as satire, which is kind of how I feel like I come off as a person anyways. But they're genuine, real thoughts that I have.
So one of my buddies, what he does is he has a notes section, the notes section of your phone. And all he does whenever he has a random thought or a weird thing, he just puts it in his notes section immediately. And he was reading, it was
probably better than me just doing it
online. And he was just scrolling. There's over 100 things. He's like, yeah, this is my brain. I was like, I don't know whether to be scared or laugh or
Dude.
And one of them was, I think nobody, he's like, I don't think anybody should do a podcast. And then I told him I was doing a podcast. And he was like, yeah, you shouldn't. I was like, oh, whatever.
See, I think that probably my Twitter is 5% of the stuff that really goes through.
Dude, I think you should make a notes section.
I just don't
print it out and start posting.
I feel like if I wrote everything down, my screen time would be astronomical. My Twitter, the only time that I tweet something is when I have that thought and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tweet that. My next thought has to be what's happening on Twitter for me to tweet something. If I just tweeted every one of my thoughts, I would be pushing out 200 tweets a day of just nonsense.
I mean, I
would be there
I would
for
enjoy
it.
That
I don't think I could handle it.
If you're watching on YouTube, comment and let us know if you want Braden to do a day where he just...
Do you guys have a YouTube too?
Yeah, that's why we recorded it on the phone, man.
Have I ever showed you my YouTube? So, you know how I told you I was Twitch streaming, right? I still have the Twitch. I just haven't used it because I got to school and I was I just have no time to, play video games. But I was over the summer, I was Twitch streaming a lot. And one guy on my stream was like, you should start a YouTube. So I have one video on my YouTube.
Dude, I got to check this thing out.
I couldn't figure out how to get the face cam to work. I could get it to work on Twitch, but I couldn't save it with the gameplay to YouTube. So there's no face cam.
It's just your voice.
It's just 34 minutes of my first game with the 1-of-1 Roy Halladay card on YouTube.
Dude, I'm going to watch
I threw a perfect game. It was only 4 2/3 innings before the guy quit, but I threw a perfect game.
That still counts.
Yeah, that counts. I count that.
Yeah, but it's hilarious because my voice sounds so high, when it's recorded. And
dude, when I've listened to myself, I sound so different.
Yeah, I honestly, it's
expected.
one of the things I'm self-conscious
Same.
about.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever talk on camera.
Well, thank you for this then.
Yeah, no
You
problem.
facing your fears.
When this gets posted, you don't have to listen to the sound. You can just put the captions up.
Yeah, that's a good
watch
point.
It that way. That's what I do.
I guess
Well,
if
that's actually pretty smart.
you've gotten this far in the podcast, just turn the sound off. Turn the captions off.
Don't even listen anymore. There's no telling what we're gonna say. And our voices sound weird. So.
God, I do a lot of weird stuff, man. Twitter, disc golf.
Well,
I play some weird games too. Like I'm an avid like online competitive Pokemon guy. Like,
dude. Oh, what was it? What was the new game you started playing?
Hogwarts, bro.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
playing that. Like that's not just a me.
So I'm just behind on this.
Bro, you gotta play it. I'm telling you.
What is it online?
No, it's just like. Have you ever played like Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah.
It's like Red Dead but wizards.
Wow.
No, I'm serious. It is like literally like the most entertaining like.
But I feel like if you're not into Harry Potter, it won't be entertaining.
No, because I know people who've never watched Harry Potter that have played this game and just had an absolute blast. Because I mean, you don't really have to like know Harry Potter stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it would be cooler if you did, because you like get more of the like references and stuff. But I mean, really, at like its essence, you're a wizard.
Bro, did y'all ever play? Did y'all ever play Wizards 101 when you were a kid?
No, I don't know. I've never really.
No. Bro, there was a computer game. It sounded like this.
I was like a Club Penguin.
Bro, Club Penguin. Webkins.
Yeah, that was like really bad addiction for me.
Really
Webkins.
Bad. Yeah. I went to go see if my account was still active, and I think it's like all shut down, which stinks.
No, you know they have like a app.
Do they?
Like on the App Store.
Like Club Penguin or Webkins?
Webkins. Well, Club Penguin has Club Penguin Reloaded.
Yeah.
And I played that last year, but I don't like some of the stuff wasn't there. Like I remember I wanted to play the skiing game and that wasn't on there. But the Webkins one is because do you remember the game, the little yellow guy, you'd hit him with the bat?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That
really
was my game.
Yeah.
And so I got the app and I went.
Dude, and there was
what's that called? I have to know what that's called.
Wait, are we talking about Webkins or Club Penguin right now?
Webkins.
Okay. Dude, that's what I thought. Did you ever do the one where it was like the trees and going down the ski slope and you're in like a...
Yeah, that's the Club Penguin one I was talking about. Yeah.
Dude, that was...
Yeah, I know.
That's where it was at.
Well, the Club Penguin thing was messed up too because I couldn't buy Puffles. Like they hadn't added that yet.
Gosh, I forgot about Puffles.
Yeah, well, I kind of made it this thing where I was like... Bro, I got really angry about this looking back on it. Like, I don't know why. I was, like, emailing, like, the people, like, at Club Penguin Reloaded, like, why aren't these features available? Like, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, we're working at our own pace to get it done. I was like, well, then work faster.
Little Braden just, like, sounding off on these people.
And I would go on, like, the little, like, you know how you can type messages, like, and it'll come up?
Yeah.
Like, I would go into, like, Town Square and be, like speeches for justice on like how like the game should be like finished. Like it was this would take up like an hour of my day last spring.
That's a good way. Oh, this wasn't when you were a kid.
No, this was like
yeah. Oh my
no, this was like at my JUCO. Oh, I would do this probably for like 3 or 4 weeks straight until they kicked me off.
I got kicked off of
because I was like the number one like Club Penguin like activist for like
were
new features.
Were you the Club Penguin #1 most wanted?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to compare myself to anybody in the real world because that could get sticky. But like when you think of like political movements, like activist movement type figures, like that was me for like
you were him
Club Penguin Reloaded.
Timothy right there. In the
no, literally, that dude. Wow, I'm a weird kid. But I mean, I also don't like. I'm not ashamed about that in any facet, you know what I mean? I feel like I did the right thing.
You did. I think you stuck up for the Penguins very nicely. The virtual Penguins.
Right.
Let me rephrase that. Not real Penguins.
Well, I had my like alias, so like if anybody plays Burger Boy 912, I think was my username. That was the guy.
When you started that story, I was envisioning that little picture on Twitter of you as a little kid. Little did I know this was 20-year-old Braden.
21. Yeah, I'm 22 now. This was like me like 4 months away from 22 years old.
Good. Dude, all of us are really moving up in life.
Wow.
We're doing something.
That's
Okay.
awful, man.
I'm kind of on a serious note.
Wow.
We're gonna switch this up. But one thing I want to, since we're talking about Club Penguin, now I want to talk about your career. There's
What
a
does his
lot.
career have to do with Club Penguin?
Nothing. But what you mentioned earlier to me, you texted me that you want to get into like front office.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of go into that? Like, why is that a dream of yours?
I don't know. Ever since I was like a kid, like I thought it was just like I thought the trade deadline was like the coolest thing, like how players would get traded. But like I grew up like playing the PlayStation, right? And so I like knew all of like the guys on my dad's team and like I was like a stats kind of guy. And so like I would like be able to have like relationships with the general managers because I'd go with my dad to the field in the morning and just like hang out at the field all day and do baseball stuff. And so I'd go like just up to the general manager's office and be like, "Yo, like you need to get this guy. Like I think he would really help the team."
Just like the activists in Club Penguin, you're out here making demands to GMs.
Yeah,
At 12
kind
years
of.
old.
Well, one guy I really did it a lot with was when my dad went to Philly. I used to talk to Ruben Amaro. Like he would text me before the trade deadline and be like, "Hey, like who do you think we should get?" And I'm like, "This guy, 100%. Like that's who we need."
Did he ever follow through with anything that you suggested?
Okay, one time I told him that we really needed Roy Oswalt. Now I'm not going to pat myself on the back here because
I will.
I
I
think
will.
he probably could have done it anyways. However, the trade that went down was very similar to the one I suggested. But no, I've just like ever
You
since
should take that when you go to
Hey,
interviews.
didn't that trade lead to a world championship?
it did not. It led to nothing. I think.
No, Roy Oswald. Yeah, they
I
went to
think-
the
I think-
NLCS that year.
I think that was the year we went to the DS.
Hmm.
I'm not
Was
sure.
he not on the team?
Was
when
this Cliff
they
Lee?
beat the Rays?
No, my dad got there in 10. They beat the Rays in 8. They lost to the Yankees in 9. And then my dad got there in 10, which is when the whole Giants thing started.
Because it was 10, 12, 14 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I would like play the show and I would like play as my dad's team and I would just add like, like Ichiro to the Blue Jays and like win a bunch of games and be like, yeah, we should just do that. Ever since then, I've just
Come on,
like,
guys, let's trade for Ichiro now.
it's still one of my favorite things to do. I rebuilt the Spurs the other day. The San Antonio Spurs. They should sign Josh Giddey if they get the chance it works.
Well, the
Just
trade
saying.
line just passed, but trade deadline.
They signed
Maybe next
Sign
time.
him in free agency.
That's what I did. No, but I mean, I also really would like to work in like advanced stats. I think advanced stats are really cool. I would like to either like be a GM, like directly make the trades, or be a guy like, you remember Jonah Hill in Moneyball?
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
remember what's his name. Because I want to give the real guy credit, bro. I feel bad that his reputation is Jonah Hill in Moneyball.
Yeah,
Look that up right now.
But
It's not- No, is it
No,
Schmidt? No.
no.
no, I don't know what it is. I know Billy Bean.
Everybody
Right.
knows Billy Bean though. We're
Peter Brand.
Peter Brand.
Yeah.
That's it.
Peter
Peter
Brand.
Brand. I
That has
just
to be the greatest.
I would love to do what Peter Brand did.
Yeah.
As well.
like be the GM's assistant.
Yeah, be the guy who like doesn't directly make the trade,
Like, should
but
we make-
is like,
so
hey,
we-
like I found this guy and this team's double A,
Like,
and
this
they don't
is
think he's
why.
that good.
Yeah.
Like, let's just trade.
So like
for
what
him
you did
low-key.
when you suggested the Roy Oswalt trade, you want to be that guy.
Well, that was
But like an actual assistant, like you like.
Well, like
should we trade for this guy or like what should we give up type of thing?
well,
Like,
you know how the Rays kind of do this thing where like they have their starter, but then they'll trade him for a prospect, and everyone's like, why would they trade when they're
Then it
winning?
come-
And
then
then
it
the
becomes
prospect ends up being Randy Arozarena.
yeah.
Like, I'd love to be the guy that is like, hey, like sneaky, like we should go get Randy Arozarena.
Get him, see what happens.
Yeah.
See what we can build around that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that.
You just can't fail a lot.
Yeah.
Else, you know.
You get,
Yeah.
but
or we could be like the Dodgers and sign
Everybody.
average pitchers and turn them into Cy Young Award winners.
shit. Well, dude,
Tyler Anderson might be a Cy Young Award winner this year.
Hot take.
Who was it that
I
went
like
crazy for him last year? Gonsolin.
Tony Gonsolin.
Have you seen his
dog.
Instagram?
Yeah, I actually, he was actually
The
on the pen.
meow
The
thing.
cats and all. The Catterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet.
Waz and Shep are trying to create a name for their Saturday games together.
Oh, I'm all over that. I can help. Something bird related or bear.
Bear.
Yeah, Shep.
Yeah, Shep's
I don't know.
the-
Shep
Shep's
reminds
the
me
new
of
Grizzly Bear.
Shep reminds
Okay.
me of Boog from open
Dude.
season.
I seen that in the group chat last fall, and I thought it was a great comp.
I always call him Boog.
Ooh,
Boog and Bird.
Boog and we're on to something there.
We might be.
We'll have to
we
come
might
back.
be.
We'll have to come back to
revealing
that.
next
Bird-
episode. We're revealing
We'll
the
have,
Saturday.
we'll have to come back to that while we're playing 2K.
Fair enough.
with
Fair
Napoleon.
enough.
Maybe
Yeah.
Napoleon will inspire us to create this.
Napoleon.
Okay, so with your going to the field every day and growing up like in locker rooms and stuff like that, who, other than your dad, like who was your like favorite person to like be around like in the locker room?
Okay, there's a few.
So name the few.
Do you remember Orlando Hudson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude is incredible. He's one of the greatest people I've ever met in my entire life. There was this guy named Vinny Cholk when I was a kid,
Mhm.
and I'm sorry if for some reason you watched this, Vinny, but he kind of reminded me of Shaggy from Scooby Doo in the moment.
You
And
probably appreciate
that was like my favorite cartoon, and he was just like such a funny guy, and I just thought it was cool. I was like hanging out with Shaggy.
Well, if Vinny watches it, that means
We're doing something right.
We're doing
then.
something right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that guy is awesome. He's so cool. There were some cool Blue Jays guys. I really liked Vinny. I liked Orlando. I liked Frank Catalanato.
Okay.
Was a really cool guy. AJ Burnett is an unbelievable personality. That guy is hilarious. From the Phillies, Shane Victorino is awesome.
Made comments on every one of your posts.
Yeah. That guy's great.
He comes off like that guy.
Yeah.
Like he's a
He's
smart
just
guy.
chill.
So yeah.
He's chill, dude. Chill vibes.
I love Chooch. Chooch is a really good guy. There were a lot of good people in Philly. I mean, I was older. I really like. Do you remember Mike Sweeney?
Yeah.
Mike Sweeney was really cool. I remember doing hitting lessons with Mike Sweeney. I was cool with a lot of guys in Philly. In Toronto, I was a little bit like young. Greg Zahn was another cool guy, the catcher. I was kind of young. John McDonald, do you remember him? Yeah, he was really cool.
That's a name right there. That
Yeah,
was a throwback.
dude, there were a lot of cool. Like Reed Johnson's a really cool one. There's one guy whose name I can't remember. His last name was like Inglet or something. It's like Joe Inglet or something like that.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know.
He was like a utility guy, but he was so cool. Toronto was cool because like people would kind of like randomly come in and out like for no reason, like Frank Thomas. You know,
Frank Thomas.
Yeah.
like David
yeah.
Eckstein was there for a little bit. Like people would kind of just roll in.
Toronto's still kind of that like they'll hold on to guys. They'll have those guys for like 4 or 5 years, if
Well,
that.
when my dad played, Toronto was never like really competitive.
because they were new at that time, right?
No,
Newer.
they had won all the World Series in the
Yeah.
80s and
Yeah,
stuff,
oh, you're right,
you know,
you're right,
or
yeah.
the 90s. They just kind of, I don't know, they didn't really,
Well, I'm
just never really got the
speaking
roster
franchise
together.
wise.
But like
that's
guys
still
like
not-
AJ Burnett would come through, like Scott Rowland,
Yeah.
you know, like people would kind of just,
float in and out.
yeah,
It's kind of like a, I guess like a, I don't know, like a, I don't want to say bounce club, but like you kind of go there
Mhm.
after a longer stint with someone, then they end up somewhere else.
kind of, yeah, kind of.
Hey, Scott Rowland's a Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer. Scott Rowland's a real good dude too. Good for Scott. I'll see him this summer.
Good for Sound.
Yeah, that's gonna be so fun. I can't wait to go
We were
back.
talking about that in the outfield yesterday.
Yeah.
Those can't. No, well,
Yeah, we'll
No,
save those.
we'll
We'll
save
bypass those stories, but so are you a dual citizen?
So the way it works is technically I am an American citizen born abroad. So because my parents are citizens, I already get citizenship, right?
Mhm.
And then I think the way it works is that as a child born in Canada, I am like a citizen, But when I turned 18, I'm pretty sure the way it is that I would have to reapply, which I would love to do, but I haven't really done too much research on it. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind living there again. I love Toronto, but I just don't really have a reason to be a Canadian citizen right now, other than like it's my home.
Yeah.
You know, which I want to, but I'll get around to it at some point. I should have done that over COVID, but they were really strict with it over COVID. They didn't want anybody in.
I don't think anybody went anybody anywhere.
No.
Wow, that was a sentence right there. That was a tongue twister. Did I just love one?
Huh.
I'm just so glad you came on this. This was fun.
No, yeah, this is a good time. This is fun. I feel like I could talk about whatever for however long.
Yeah.
Just random stuff.
I mean, that's
100%.
I've always wondered, like, if I went on a podcast, like, what would it look like? Because I feel like I do so much weird stuff that, like, I could really go, like, anywhere with a conversation, you know what I mean? So I've always wondered, like, what would be the 60 things that get talked about in a minute?
60 things in a minute? Go for it. List them all.
Well,
Not really. Not really.
I mean, next time we have you on, you have to have that list.
Yeah, for viewers, Braden's gonna be on here a
Yeah,
lot.
your 60.
Oh,
your
60
things in a minute.
things I want to talk about in 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's like 60 minutes, but way quicker.
Like 59 minutes less.
You can turn it into a YouTube Shorts.
That's
That's
an
not a
elite
bad idea.
idea.
That's not bad at all.
You guys should do like YouTube Shorts. Honestly. I'm big on YouTube Shorts. Even though like I've heard it's like not like very like cool.
Who cares, man?
It's well, dude. The way they get you is because you know how I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do TikTok.
Yeah.
Like they make Reels and YouTube Shorts, and like now on Twitter you can swipe through the videos.
Yeah.
Trap.
It
Such a
is.
trap. TikTok is very much though like I feel like they like listen to the things you say. Like me and my friends talk about like random stuff and it'll come up on their TikTok pages. So that's
Dude,
why I
I
don't
can't
trust TikTok.
I can't stand when I've had a conversation earlier in the day about something completely random, like an item, and then
Like
it's
something
on
you like
Google
never like
And then
later,
for the
and,
next
like,
3
it's-
days, it's ads about
it. Oh,
like when you talk about something like random, like you never talk about like tablespoons or something, and you get an ad for like a tablespoon set. Does that ever happen to you?
tables.
that.
Yeah, dude, I
Now
hear
it's
that
gonna happen.
tablespoons all the time.
I mean, I'm not like tablespoons. You know what I mean? Though? Like, like something random like that. I'm trying. It happened to me the other day.
Yeah, I'll talk about like concert tickets or something,
Yeah.
and then like there'll be an ad for that like person
Yeah.
or something like that.
Or like another thing, like if I talk about like a movie, like,
yeah,
that's
that's
it.
happened. Are you a big conspiracy guy? You don't have to say on here.
Define conspiracy.
Whatever you want it to be. I don't know.
Well, see, I don't see them so much as conspiracy because I
see them
as
as
truth. I guess it depends on like what you would be talking about. Because so for me, like I'm Christian, right?
Mhm.
But like I have a very like different view than like most typical Christian people would think. Like I just see things very differently. Like for example, like I don't want to get too far into it because like I went to a private Christian high school and I don't want people, you know, backtracking me and like calling me a blasphemous Christian and whatnot. But like I believe in evolution, but I believe in like evolution like through a creator. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because like I think it's very possible that like you know animals changed and develop over time and yada yada yada, but like also I feel like how much can you change your own body? You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a scientific explanation for everything, but I feel like it's very possible to think to yourself like a creator would help his creation change to be able to survive because you know, free will, like sin gets into the world and whatnot. So it seems very like reasonable to me that like a creator would help his creation survive, like with evolution.
Yeah.
Like things like that. Like I just like have like a different type of view on, I suppose.
So like when I say conspiracy to you, it's more of like things that you believe, and then you've kind of like.
Well, I don't
You've
know,
thought about
because a
these
lot
things.
of it is stuff that I was like inside for COVID, and I kind of like tried to just theorize, like, because one thing for me is like, you know how like people will say things and like people kind of just write it off and be like, oh, like, you know, like there's no way that's true.
Yeah.
Like simulation theory for me is a very real thing. It's a very real thing. But like I kind of try to like see it through the lens of a creator, because I really do. Like when everything happened with my dad, like there were a couple things that happened to where I was like, I'm 100% certain there is a creator. Like I have felt it, which is like just my own personal experience, but also through things like it just makes sense to me. But there's other things that people say like can't, like you either are one way or the other, and I'm kind of like, I feel like I could very easily make a case for both. I don't know.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah.
no, I'm a big conspiracy. I mean, I feel like most of the like shocking news that happens is conspiracy stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
at once upon a time, it's conspiracy. So I
And
feel
that
like you can't
happens.
just like be like, oh, dude, like you believe in all these conspiracy theories, but like, you know,
They're true.
Yeah, I think there's a lot out there that I would rather just not know about.
like what? Like UFOs?
I don't even know. Oh, yeah, sure. Like I do
I read a lot about UFOs today.
today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
Give me a good
love
fact.
like one of my favorite things in the world. My favorite things in the world are baseball, gaming, hanging out with my friends and doing just funny things, like going and doing new funny things.
Playing Club Penguin.
Yeah. And like just thinking about stuff like this. Like just the most abstract, world-shattering things I can think of. And UFOs are up there. I really like space.
Okay.
I mean, you have an
That's cool.
astronaut on your ankle.
Yeah, you do have
that
that.
would make sense. I have, yeah, I love space. It's just so interesting to me, and I really know like nothing about space.
Yeah.
But like, I'll just sit there and watch like space, whatever, like TV show, like just some guy just talk about nothing.
Well, dude, one of my roommates, my sophomore year, he's a soccer player here. He was big into like space and like time and how it changes on Earth
Mhm.
versus like in deep space and stuff. And like he would watch these videos and I watch them with him. There's some stuff, dude, that I like literally just can't wrap my head around.
Like black hole type.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
just,
Have
like,
you
I
ever? Do you
genuinely
ever
can't
watch
understand.
Joe Rogan?
Yes.
Okay, so I love watching Joe Rogan, regardless of political parties and whatnot, because I'm just not going to touch any of that. But I love watching Joe Rogan just because I feel like he like really like gets the like best out of people with his like questioning,
Mhm.
and he has Neil deGrasse Tyson on there, and that man, if you watch that podcast of Joe Rogan and Neil deGrasse Tyson, your brain will explode. It is the craziest thing I've ever like heard in my entire life. That one and the Elon Musk one too, because the Elon Musk one, they talk about like the original one. Like, remember when he named his kid that crazy
Like the numbers
after
and
the
stuff.
jet
Yeah.
plane?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That podcast, they talk about a bunch of crazy like technology stuff. Super fun to think about. They were talking about like chips in your brain.
Oh jeez.
Type. And this was like, I think this podcast was like 2-3 years ago. They were saying it was going to be possible in like 5 years. It's like,
We're 2 years away.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think he said it was like if it, you know, like if it progresses quick enough, then no more words in 5 years.
I'm good. I like words.
Something like that. No more words, no more language barrier. I retweeted something the other day about some company that's working on a chip to where you can like just use social media with your mind.
Huh.
That sounds like a trap.
There are some interesting things. That is definitely true. 100%.
That sounds like a trap.
Do you know how many like people are going to get in trouble with that?
Or just,
Just in, like-
just completely lose touch with reality.
Yeah.
It's so hard to like,
Well, like the metaverse and all this stuff.
yeah, bro. like
Crazy.
VR.
Yeah.
Like people can get so caught up in like with like VR, like
like you actually paying for like property and VR like space and stuff.
yeah.
It's
Well, also like another thing is like I know that like I don't know how touchy of a subject this is for like a podcast, but like the pornography thing with VR is like people are like losing touch and with like with reality of like having like relations with a girl and like the VR world. Like it's like the same thing to them. And it's just crazy to me how like you like people will like you can go in a place and like go meet people like at a coffee shop or something like people can just sit at home, bro, and eat Cheetos and put this thing on and meet people and like it's I don't know. It just sounds
it's
scary.
almost a little much because we already I feel like our generation is kind of losing communication skills as is. In terms of like face-to-face communication skills. So like you add in a lot of VR stuff and there's no telling. Who knows?
Dude, that is terrifying to think about.
And I think
it's cool. It's cool because it's like groundbreaking and new.
Yeah, the technology's cool.
Yeah,
but it's concerning as well.
But the idea of it is terrifying.
Awful.
Like the whole like iPad kids thing.
I was interested to see like when COVID shut down and they started doing the Zoom thing. I was like, why would they ever reopen colleges?
Yeah.
If kids aren't going to have to pay for housing, you know, they're not going to have to move away from their families.
But that's why they reopened, because of that, the money.
Right. But like when you think about, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Like it does. I think when we went home for COVID, it kind of made us realize like, shoot, we're paying all this money when we could get the same education online. Yeah. But you lose out on the experiences and stuff.
Yeah, but but like from the sense of like, you know what I mean, like just the school.
Yeah.
Like people like the Phoenix thing, the online. Yeah, you just make an entire college, and there's no campus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
sure there's a lot of that, and I just haven't really.
Speaking of like Zoom, hot take here. I think us as athletes, we go fully like Zoom online in like 2 to 3 years.
Dude, some schools do that.
Like with all this, like, because there's so many things changing in college sports. I think we like travel wise, like the Big Ten is about to be
how big the conferences
are. About to be coast to coast. UCLA and Maryland.
Yeah, that's insane.
That doesn't make sense.
And then like Penn State, USC, and stuff like that. Like with all the time differences and all the travel, like you're not gonna fly out for one weekend and then fly back just to fly back for another game. Yeah. You're just gonna go based on like stay out there a whole week. So
when I was at Penn State, our first 3 weekends were in North Carolina, and we would bus, come back, come back.
Well, that makes sense in that regard, but like football, you play Saturday, and then like because you're technically on the same coast, Penn State and like North Carolina.
I wonder whose idea it was to like.
But like if you're going to Maryland and like UCLA, and then you have to play USC in the same week, might as well just stay out the whole week.
Or like UCF, how they have to play like BYU.
Yeah. Well, think about Hawaii, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing they can do about that, but those kids are flying hours upon hours every year to compete.
That's a great road trip, though.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I ain't gonna lie.
I always wanted to do the Hawaii trip. That sounds so fun.
So much fun.
We were supposed to do it one year, I think, at Penn State. And then I think the trip literally ended up going to my friend's school instead. It was so upsetting. He had so much fun too. And I love Hawaii. Place is so sweet. Moana came out around that time too, and I was
great film.
Yeah. If
you've never seen Moana, go to watch. Quality watch, I must say.
What Moana character would you be?
I mean, I like Maui.
I guess there's not that many.
There's not a whole lot of options. Although the pig is really cute.
I'd be the chicken, probably. Hey.
The chicken is awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I could pull off a good hey.
You would pull out a wonderful. I think when they made Hey, they had you in mind.
I feel like I could represent a lot of different cartoon chickens.
Will you
The Chicken Joe thing.
Yeah, Chicken Joe. You are Chicken Joe.
Yeah. You know what makes me so mad, bro, is right after, because I did that over COVID. Because I was watching Surf's Up. My friends were like, "You are Chicken Joe." I was like, "Fact, you're so right." I changed my profile. I haven't changed it since. Right after, like, I did this, like 2 or 3 months later, the Chicken Joe thing became
like viral.
Yeah.
And like everybody started like changing profiles and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
And I'm mad because it used to be my thing.
Still is your thing. I still.
Yeah, but
when I see Chicken Joe, I think of you know. So I hope you know that.
I
Not that I'm
appreciate
watching
that,
Surf's
but
Up a
I'm just
lot,
upset
but-
because, like, say you don't really know me, right? You go on my profile,
Yeah.
like, it just doesn't really have the same
Same
feel as it used to.
Yeah.
It's sad.
That is sad.
It's very sad.
Well, you were talking to me. You're supposed to be wearing a Chicken Joe shirt tonight.
Yeah, it's too hot.
I think the people would have loved
I'm
to have
sweating
seen
through
that.
a black shirt.
Did it make you nervous or something?
I'm just a naturally sweaty. It's actually like
It's a problem.
it's a really big problem, actually. Like, my friends give me a lot of grief over my sweaty armpits. And I don't know. Actually, I do know. It's genetic. It's my dad. My dad was really sweaty, and I am too. But I sweat through, like, anything that's not straight, just black.
Bro.
It's probably why I can't gain weight. I just sweat nonstop. I could be doing anything, bro. Like, if it's cold and I'm wearing, like, a jacket, like, I'll sweat through my shirt under the jacket. Wear, like, 3 or 4 shirts a day.
Dude, I'm the complete opposite. I don't sweat. It could be 100 degrees outside.
Dude, I am so
and
jealous.
I'll get a nice, like, I'll be damp on my arms or something.
See,
But,
here's
like,
the
that's
weird
it.
part. When I work out, I don't sweat.
That is weird. That's really weird.
Or, like, if I'm, like, yeah, I don't know. But if I'm just chilling, like, my armpits.
Maybe the biomechanics lab here should do something should test that out. Why do you not sweat while you work out?
I don't know. It's, like, I'm not, like, a typically, like, a sweaty person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just my armpits. And I can't figure it out.
So if you were wondering on this podcast about
If you
Braden's
have an
armpits,
answer to it, please let me know.
this is why we brought you on, to solve armpit sweat around the world.
That's embarrassing.
That's
That's not good for me.
All right. Well, any final remarks from you guys?
No, I do have to give a shout out to your mom though for saying that you should keep playing.
Yeah,
'Cause
Yeah.
that is nice.
If honestly,
that's huge.
if honestly you didn't keep playing, I mean, I wouldn't know you. He wouldn't know you. Nobody would know you. I mean, people obviously would know you, but like you wouldn't be here.
Right.
And like honestly, just as your friend, like I'm like kind of glad that like you're here.
Yeah, really blessed. I think the entire team could say that too. You're a lot of fun to have around, and plus you're good at baseball. So
Well, thanks,
yeah,
guys.
you know.
Big shout out to Brandy.
Thank you, Brandy.
She's the goat.
I'm sure has she watched any of the episodes? I'm sure she'll watch this one.
Yeah, I should probably watch this one.
Yeah.
It's one more viewer.
One more. That's all you need.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
She's probably gonna think you're crazy.
I don't think it's gonna shock her in the least.
Probably not.
between Club Penguin, sweaty armpits,
Well, she
amazing
knows about the
tweets.
armpit thing. She's trying to help me with it. And then, yeah, I don't think anything will really shock her.
You are her son, so
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Over COVID, when I was home a lot, I think she really got the gist of who she raised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think anything I say will really
Surprises her anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's good.
Shout out to my mom.
Thank you, Mama Halladay. So that's episode 3. Yeah, and Braden will have you on a lot more, hopefully, if
Great.
you want to, because this was fun.
No, yeah, this was great. I'm happy to be here, and hopefully we can have a podcast where I can talk about some baseball stuff and not just video games I like.
Yeah. I did.
But like people gotta know the real you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I mean it's funny, but yeah.
Well, next next time you're on,
Well,
it'll be middle of spring training probably, and let's dive into baseball.
Oh, dude, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
let's do
love
it.
to talk like MLB
Strictly,
ball.
strictly baseball.
Yeah.
No
Strictly
college
ball.
baseball. Strictly MLB
Yeah.
baseball.
Yeah, no politics. No politics.
No politics, no
No
Twitter, no. Just baseball. Straight
Just
baseball.
baseball.
I like that.
Sounds sweet.
I'm
All
down
right.
for it.
Uh,
And rebuilding the Buccaneers.
Yes.
without TB12. If you're still watching, thank you very much. We'll hopefully see y'all next week. So like, subscribe, comment. If you like Braden, go give him a follow
Do
on Instagram or Twitter with an underscore. And so yeah, thank y'all.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.